Thanks, Ronan.
You are completely good, Ronan. All right. Greetings, wayward travelers. Come on in, take a seat, and welcome to the Ecriom Expeditions. I am your Dungeon Master, Logan Hanley, here to spin you and the players you see here before you a yarn through the lands of Ecriom. Before we get started, a few shout-outs, a few pieces of information about our sponsors, and all the other good stuff. First of all, if you are watching us on podcast, because now we do the whole podcast, or listening to, I guess you don't watch a podcast, listening to us via podcast.
I mean, I do.
What? All right. You can hear sound, or you can see sounds and hear colors. There we go.
Yes, you do.
Oh wow, Eddie, don't start. Those I typically put up, or try to put up a couple of days after we go live, or after our live episode. You can catch us here on twitch.tv/DM_screening. I forgot my own thing for a second.
It's going to be a night.
It's going to be, there, guys, it's going to be great. Every other Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is now. Shout outs to Brianna Flame, who did the amazing overlays that you can see here. Oh no, Taryn, you're messed up. I got to fix you.
Well, duh, but there's no fixing.
They're just hiding in the shadows.
Give me 2 seconds.
It's on brand.
It is just vaguely in the shadows. I gotta let me move some stuff over. No, Taryn, stop. I need to fix you.
Many people have tried.
There, that's at least the hang on.
I mean, Coldplay definitely did.
Okay.
I was supposed to see them live one time, and then there was a hurricane, literally.
We're good. Okay. Brianna Flame, amazing photographer and graphic designer. Check her out on the Instagrams if you are looking for to get that done. Deltastic, who does all of the character art, which is right below me on the overlay. Amazing to work with, great creator, and obviously has fantastic art. So check them out for all of your character art needs, or even custom commissions for D&D stuff. Esoteric, the amazing cartographer who did all of this art for the Lands of Ecriom, or cartography for the Lands of Ecriom behind me. And then last but not least, Adrian von Ziegler, who is the guy who does all of the background music for the stream, which you will hear in just a few moments. And then, that's it. For sponsors, we have Dragon Rock RPG Design, Daniel Lieberman, Renee Beauregard. The pair bring unique and creative content to the TTRPG community, whether it is writing their own content or collaborating with other creatives. Their goal is to bring their extensive expertise and knowledge to any materials that they work on. Next, Umbral Oculus Dice, and if you are watching us live, type in the word barefoot, all undercase, into chat for your chance to win a beautiful D20. I think it's this one. It's this one that's going to 100%. No, it's actually working this time. But beautiful D20. Taryn Hackett, the amazing Eden of the Briar, purveyor of hand-poured and polished artisanal dice. Umbra Oculus is conjuring relics from beyond the veil for you and your players, or your DM, to enjoy at their table. She does curse them from time to time. Next, Adventures in 3D. My buddy Richard, I thought I was going to say Ray for a second, because Taryn got me confused from Fire Rooms the other day. But my friend Richard makes amazing 3D miniatures. You will see both Professor Hale, Perrin Hopesinger, and a potential third to be named at a later date, Minnie, on the table at some point in the near future. Check them out. Use the code Barefoot, I think it's Barefoot 10 or Barefoot 15, I forget which one it was, at checkout for that percentage off. I think it's 15. 10?
Barefoot 15.
15. Thank you. I should look. For 15% off your purchase. And then last but not least, the Initiative Order. TO is a collective of passionate TTRPG players and creators that want to help the community thrive and grow. The main goal of TO is to explore and experience all types of gaming systems while creating an inclusive community for all our players and viewers. And you can catch pretty much all of us in some capacity over at TO from time to time. And I guess we'll have my players kind of speak to that too in a little bit. But yeah, we're going to do character intros. We're going to shake things up. Taryn.
What?
Do your shtick.
Hi, everybody. I am Taryn Hackett, also known as Valrook across the socials, and I'm a little bundle of chaos. I'm also a TTRPG performer and GM over on the Initiative Order, where I GM a group of lost souls beyond the Veil through asylums in a Cult Divinity Lost homebrew campaign called Far Realms. I am also the creative behind Umbral Oculus Dice. That is UO_dice on Instagram. Link in bio for my shop and merchandise, as I do have all current in-stock sets dropped all the way to $40 because I want to clear them out and I don't want them in my house no more, because I'm prepping for the holidays. And I'm also on Vault every Monday on the Initiative Order as well. I'm playing Miss Peggy Sue James, and she's mad right now, by the way. April, if you're watching, Peggy's mad. So, that's me.
Not at me, though.
No, not at you. Nope, we got bigger fish to shoot in the face. Cowboy shit.
Next.
Well, hello, everybody. I may not be a bundle of chaos, but I am a goofball, so that's what you get. So again, I'm Brianna, but many of you guys know me as Utahime. I'm a cosplayer, streamer, and TTRPG performer. You can catch me on the social medias at Utahime Cosplay, Facebook, Instagram, here on Twitch, and also Brianna DeCoster on Twitter. And I play Fanar Valar, your sweet goofball. Who her brother, I'm sure, is often very, very tired of her antics, but he still loves her nonetheless.
Next, Ronan.
Yep, it's me. It's Ronan. I know. I normally look like a Chad, but I look different now. I am a Twitch streamer, writer, world builder. I am building a world known as Valandrica, which I hope to be as extensive as Tolkien's Middle Earth. I do that every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on stream. I am one of the lost souls of the Far Realms game, and I'm dope. That's it.
Eddie.
Hello, everyone. I'm Chaos Incarnate. Hi, I'm Eddie, otherwise known as the Discount Bard. You can find me on all the socials at Discount Bard. I'm a Twitch streamer, a voice artist, performer, and overall real-life jack-of-all-trades, master of none. I'm on Twitch regularly on Tuesdays and Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays, but I also bounce around to various channels and do all sorts of fun stuff, like obviously I'm here today. I'm also on alternating Wednesdays over at That D'Angelo's channel, where we're doing Teyar, which is a political intrigue RPG at the moment. I actually share the table with the wonderful Utahime here as well. And Chaos Incarnate. I'm here as Art today, who is my little Gobbo and Chaos Incarnate.
And last, but certainly not least, Renee.
Certainly. My name's Renee Beauregard. I am normally playing a ukulele right now. However, in this instance, I am ashamed to be the bard without an instrument because it won't tune. My tuner won't work. Anyway, more important things. You can find me at Dragon Rock RPG on Twitter and at Dragon Rock RPG Design on Instagram, where me and my compatriot and best friend Daniel Lieberman, we make 5e supplements for D&D. We most recently released our Warlocks, and we have a whole bunch of stuff that you can check out on DM's Guild. You just search up Dragon Rock RPG Design, and you can find all of our good stuff. We have Barbarians there too that I think you'll enjoy. And we're currently working on our Ranger subclass suite. So very soon you'll see that up on our social media. So follow us to keep your eyes on that.
All for Tristan, specifically.
Oh, is it just for Tristan?
Yeah, just Tristan. I know how much he loves Rangers.
That is true. Tristan does really love Rangers. Well, that being said, without further ado, let us begin our next adventure in the Ecriom Expeditions.
What's a Ranger?
welcome back. After a night of rest, the party wakes up with the determination to make breakfast as a collective group. Cakes and pastries are made and burned while reminiscing on home, life, and family. Kaiden takes a moment to cast a spell under the watchful eye of Eden, who is spying through the eyes of Grim, before she heads outside to check for any seedy activity in the nearby vicinity of the warehouse. The druid notices a figure dart into an alley. Quick to pursue, Eden finds Haku. Oh, I forgot. You turned into a horse. Eden turns into a horse and finds Haku and brings her back to the warehouse to speak with Kaiden. The conversation quickly turns violent as Haku morphs into a writhing combination of ooze and humanoid. The party dispatches the creature, knocking Haku unconscious as the ooze slips dead to their knowledge from its mouth. Oh my gosh, I just lost where I was. They load Haku into a wagon, making sure that she is stable before dropping her off at Les Imités and continuing on their way toward the tower of the Malthir mage. Just as they arrive at the threshold for the campus, their horse gets spooked, and through intuition, the party learns what they are seeing is not just an illusion, or is just an illusion, but also Kaiden, Professor Hale, is no longer the Professor Hale they know, but in fact, Professor Ripley. A brief investigation by Art and Eden through the illusion barrier resulted in the pair seeing not a lively former campus of the Malthir Collective, but a ruin of buildings overtaken by the swamp. The tower on the far side of the campus broken and in shatters. They return to inform the party, and one by one re-enter through the illusion into the ruins of the campus of the Malthir Collective. Perrin, as you slip through the illusion, being one of the back two to do so, go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay. I'm probably gonna die.
Don't forget the bond.
Sure, no problem, sis. Thanks for the memories. So 25.
25. You feel a tendril slip into the back of your mind. A thought just ever so briefly there. The thought of turn. But you heed it no mind, or give it no heed, I don't know, whatever the phrasing is, and continue following your friends. Following your friends through the ruins, trying to spot these frog-like creatures that Eden and Art had told you about.
Question. How dark is it in past the illusion? Is it like cloudy and weird? Is it daylight? Like, what's the weather looking like?
Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Okay. No.
You look up.
Wait, hang on. Let me roll my. Oh, no.
You look up, and looking into the sky, there was a little bit of a kind of cloudy film. It was kind of that off gray with a little bit of a drizzle when you guys were in Swagat. It still feels like it's there. The illusion more likely from the outside than the inside, but who knows?
Eden doesn't, because I rolled a grand total of like 5 with a +1. Yeah, no expect. I'm a druid.
Ripley wants to just take a quick gaze, since we're still at the edge of this illusion, for any arcane symbols to try to understand the casting of this.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Is the blast still up?
The bless is only a minute, so probably not.
Well,
because the
I
bless
have
was
a
at
+4 for the other thing.
Or no, you
Yeah.
guys just what you did it right before.
Well, you have the
guys went
plus
in.
D4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
D4.
We did it right
Yeah.
before.
right before.
Yeah.
But bless is only for attacks and saving throws.
Right.
And mine is
Yeah,
for everything.
That's just
Yours
because
is
I don't trust things right now.
Might
Just reminding
Can't
everybody.
imagine.
be a good idea.
I'm very skeptical. That's a 24 perception.
24.
Jesus.
Looking around in the immediate vicinity, you do not see anything that stands out to you as arcane sigils or symbols of any kind.
Just so we're clear, and I can re-roll if you want me to, but that's what I will be focusing on as we're going through.
Okay. What's your passive? Your passive is 19?
Passive perception is 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted. Awesome.
Fanara's going to be following behind, like wherever Perrin is, she's going to be kind of like tagging along to make sure that her brother's okay. But Fanara would also be making sure that there's no apparent danger, especially for her brother who seems to be like on a mission.
Yeah, man. I ain't going nowhere without knowing what's going on. For real. So you said that there was like a thing in the back of my brain that was like turn. Was it like an inclination, like an instinct to turn, or was it something telling me to turn?
It was more of the latter. It felt like the former, but given the fact that you were able to shrug it off, you can kind of tell that
It's more of an
like
instinct.
something is kind of poking in there.
Okay, cool. That changes what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna keep walking towards the frog people.
Okay. Now, as you guys, they are a little ways out. It's not like they're, 30, 40 feet away. They're a ways out.
Mm-hmm.
So while you're doing that, is there, actually, if you're leading the way, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Are we on like a
D6,
crumbled sidewalk or
like a
anything? Like we're on the road?
D6.
Kinda, yeah. Like the cobblestone is there, but it's already like, it's a swamp. It's
Uprooted.
very, very swampy. So it's either sunk or like vegetation is coming through.
Okay.
It's that mismatch of it's like
Oh,
it's
do
very
we
old
feel
and
this
very
in
decrepit.
between our toes?
You
Sure don't.
Ugh.
are barefoot, so yeah, you can feel, and a lot of the swamp is very kind of peaty, so it's like you step in and you go in a little bit, but it's still that like nice soft. Kinda
Fanara, while
cushions.
she does it, she's going to kind of hack up her skirt a little bit. So the bottom.
Um,
Shoes are a wonderful invention for adventuring, by the way.
When you're a halfling like I am, sir, and he turns and lifts up his right foot, and you can just see it's like covered in calluses. There's absolutely no fucking point because the soles of my feet are harder than the soles of your boots any day. I rolled a 4.
You roll a 4.
But they're also wet.
As your guys are arguing, all like Eden just kind of like crouches down and like this white fuzzy tail appears, and then her antennae stay, and she is turning into a panther, but it's a white panther that has little pink antennas, and I am now stealthing as a pink and white panther next to everybody.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay. Cool. That is a 25.
Yes, with a 25, you are able to kind of slink in and out of the group and just kind of like stay and weave in between everybody, so that way you are very unnoticeable.
Yeah.
Do I notice anything? Because I was trying to perceive the environment.
Go ahead and actually, with your passive perception and with Perrin's roll, you guys get through like the first like layer of houses, and Fanara, you notice off to your right that there are these creatures. Some of them like kind of like almost doll size, and then others more humanoid, like your guys' height in tallness.
I am
making their
following the
way.
kitty, taking notes.
Okay.
Now,
Na-
when you say our height, do you mean Hale or us? 'Cause we're a little bit smaller.
the smaller ones are smaller than Perrin. The taller ones are kind of in between, probably Perrin's height and like Eden or Fenara's height. Yeah, so they're probably like roughly about 5.5 ish or so feet.
Perrin, are you sure about this? Have you been studying the language?
I'm sorry. I don't remember what dream you've been telling yourself that I study anything. I just happen to.
I don't know. Sometimes you pick up new hobbies every now and again. I mean, I
Right.
know I do.
I mean, realistically, the way that this works, you read your books and you learn the things that are taught to you. I experience the world and then make that my own. And I really, that's exactly how I go about my business. And he looks back to where the frog people are. I don't really know what's gonna happen between right now and when I go over there and speak with them. I don't even know if they talk my language, but I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try, and we're going to see what happens.
Oh,
Well,
I'll
I
be sure to
believe
take
in
notes.
you, brother.
So
I
we're
believe in
taking
you.
a practical approach. That's fingers crossed.
Eden hisses mildly under her breath, just loudly enough for like the nearest person to hear her, as she is like also agreeing.
Well, you know what, our mom always said is that you get, more bees with honey than piss water. So it makes more sense for us to try to approach things delicately.
It seems to me that they certainly did not, but somebody constructed this to keep them hidden. Our presence is going to be upsetting.
Well, I mean,
so
it all
let's just
depends on
keep
how
that in
you
mind.
approach. It all depends
Sure.
on how you approach things, right? And he like leans into his pack and he pulls out like a little compact. Keep going.
The one other thing that you didn't notice, or that you noticed, Fenara, is that the creatures or the things that you were looking at, they look to be heavily made of, like almost nature, like wood and vines and like branches almost.
But they're clothing or armor, or
No.
just
You
them
can't-
in general.
You can't quite tell.
Would Fenara know anything about this from her studies, possibly?
You could do
I had-
a nature check if you'd like.
I had asked that last game, and we sort of determined that I would know it was one or two things. Would this new information help me determine?
These are different, so if you would like
it's
to
not
roll,
either one.
if you'd like
Yeah.
to roll a nature check, you may.
Yeah.
You still have the
15.
D4. 15?
10.
10. Ripley, you have not heard of these before. Fenara, you would know that these are considered blights. Given their size, they are most likely needle blights and potentially either twig or vine blights would be the other ones.
Do I know anything of that? That would be pretty much just like the name, like just knowing them by name, but not like their behavior or anything like that.
Given where you guys have grown up, no, you would have known them
Probably
only
not,
by
okay.
name. Yeah, they're very seldom by the Oasis.
Okay, so with Eden's origins, has she seen things like this before?
Given your passive perception and kind of looking in the direction that Fenara is pointing, because this is kind of like you guys are avoiding it using Perrin's 4 roll.
Yeah.
You guys are kind of moving aside and moving in a better direction to not hit them outright.
Yeah.
You've seen them before. Wisteria typically was the one. I think that's the right one. was typically the one who would kind of hang around and interact with those.
Perrin, I have somewhat of an idea. Perhaps if we don't speak their language, or if they speak a language that we don't understand, somebody get that thing, some catnip. I have the ability to at least understand what they're saying. It won't help us communicate with them, but it would at least maybe understand their intent.
Right, that makes sense.
And if
Okay.
you're decent at pantomiming, then perhaps we can get a message across.
Well, pantomime is probably one of my best suits. I keep all the wee children at the resort entertained with the pantomime.
It's true.
Eden's tail
It's something we
is
pick
poofy.
up on. We're both pretty good at it. It usually takes me a little bit longer to try to pick up on things here and there when it comes to language and such. But that's really awesome. Ripley, that you have
Yes.
that ability.
Yes, it would take a few minutes for me to do it, but it's simple enough.
All right, well,
Is
Hey, Art, and you hear this in your head. Those things can be really mean. One of my people would like tell them what to do and stuff, but they're really pokey.
Oh.
And if you look at Eden, her tail is poofed up, and she's she's a poofy panther right now.
Okay. Perrin, make sure you don't get too close to them because apparently they might be pokey.
oh, okay. Well, we'll avoid the fucking sticks then.
No, yeah,
and then
I don't have any salve to rub in if you end up getting
That-
thorns or anything.
I don't.
Adjective is sufficient
okay.
for a thing made of branches.
Right. So, you want to just stay still for a moment, Ripley, or do you want to just?
Yes, I'll just sort of step off to the side here and just give me just a few minutes.
All right.
And I am going to ritual cast comprehend languages.
Are you stepping off into just the side of the road and sitting in the swamp grass,
just
or are you moving?
Sort of a high point. I don't want to sit down in the water, so just sort of elevated surface a little bit.
Okay.
And he'll pull out the larger tomb that's on his hip, the biggest one, and pull out a bag, a little pouch, and start dusting one of the pages and writing some script. And that's what I'll be doing for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Art is going to be taking thorough notes, watching Ripley's every move to save for later.
It is much more elegant than when Titan did it. It's an art form when he does it.
Fenara's gonna go up to where Eden is, and she's still in her panther form, correct?
Hmm.
So Fenara's going to, because she can't help it, she's gonna be like almost like, can she pet? Like, so she's gonna put her hand like on top of over your head. Wow, this is really nice. You're really soft. Oh, so you've been around those blights before? I think they're like thorn blights, and I forgot the other native blights, maybe. You said that they're mean? Are you sure about that? Like, how mean? Like, well, usually panthers can be kind of mean. But obviously you're Eden, just turned into a panther. But
Art, will you come talk to Fenara for me? Thank you.
Oh, but okay. And Art's going to eyes on Ripley, but walk towards the kitty while still trying to do both
It's okay.
things
I'll
at
show
once.
you later.
Oh,
I'll show you later.
okay.
Okay, convey this information exactly as I say it.
Okay.
One of my caretaker deity people would make the little twiggy thingies, and then they would play a game to see how fast I could run away from them and to see if I could survive getting attacked by them.
One of my caretaker people would play a game with a deity thing, and sorry, what was the rest?
They would make the pokey thingies chase me to see how fast I could run away from them.
It would make the pokey thingies chase me to see if I could run away from them.
Oh, well,
All
that's
right.
just wrong.
The,
I'm
the
so
more I
sorry.
hear about it, the more I hear about these deities, the less I feel they're actually deities.
I don't think they are deities at all. They
At that
sound
point-
awful.
You hear like, wow, and in Art's head he hears, "What's a deity?"
What's a deity?
Oh, that's a big
Loaded
question. That's a lot. That's a big question to answer when we're standing around waiting for someone to finish coordinating with their books. I think
The deities have really strong powers and help you do stuff if they like you. Art hears this.
Do deities have weird powers and help you do stuff if they like you?
oh, that's a kind of vague. Sometimes, but kind of not really. It really depends on which deity you're talking about.
Oh, I know. Art, maybe you guys can help me answer. Do deities have really ugly old faces and long fingernails?
Do deities have really ugly old faces and long fingernails?
Um,
Not unless that deity is my mother-in-law.
Well, I think that's the first time you made a funny.
Oh, I'm very clever. The other one's kind
Well,
of dry.
well, technically, the other.
That's not
You.
an answer. Round.
That seems very curious. Because, well, I don't know. Maybe you just don't quite have your memory. Because well, the jury's still out. Every other aspect about you still suggests that you're an angel, but I don't know. We'll have to keep studying this.
But I want to. Our deities look like that?
Do deities look like that?
and then Perrin's face gets like very serious. Everything I'm told about deities is that if you looked upon them for longer than a split moment, your brain would come leaking out of your ears, your heart would pour out of your stomach, and you would fold into 1,000 different pieces.
Then they're not deities. They're just mean.
Well, if you are an angel like Art seems to think you are, it sounds like you ran across some devils, in my opinion.
You will like lean in for more pets. Like,
And then Fenar the whole time has just been basically like almost like it's her kitten,
yeah.
even though it's obviously large.
Yep.
And Art, on that note, Art is going to walk up with like the whole like hand hesitant thing.
Okay, I'm sorry to break up all this, but I believe I am about finished.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, once you're done, you let us know.
But the DM is not, so give me a second.
No, the DM's got things to do. So while he's busy doing that, I'm just going to start. I'm going to start tracing the outline of a humanoid in the mud with a stick. And as I'm doing that, I take a bit of yarn that I've got in my bag, and I take out a small bit of wood. I start tying it around the wood, and I put the wood and the yarn right in the middle of the chest where the heart would be. And then all of a sudden, the outline of a humanoid pulls off from the mud, and in its place are actually two footprints. As I'm going to cast Unseen Servant.
Love it.
Oh, okay.
Very interesting.
I have that, so that works. So I'm gonna pause everything right there for like a hot minute, so that way I can do some DMing.
Do it.
I don't like the sound of that when it's followed by dice sounds.
I'm
And
here
chuckling.
for it.
Those weren't dice; those were minis.
That doesn't make it better.
So Ripley, as you sit down and you start the rune, you get maybe about 5 or 6 minutes in, and at this point, that's when, Perrin, you summon your unseen servant. As you do so, you hear a crack and a creak from the house that is to the left of you slightly, and a piece of the roof that had already been sunken and fallen in falls in even more so and caves in. And as it does, you see 4 of these winged creatures come flying out, brown, almost like the color of the sludge and the murk that you are currently stomping through. But I need everybody to roll initiative.
I hate you, Logan.
Yeah.
I just thought you should know. Once upon a time, I had a buddy in a campaign, and his name was Mikey the Mud Method.
Cool.
I make friends with Method.
Noted. We're gonna
you're aware.
we're gonna transition real quick, and I'm gonna
Mikey.
update the camera just ever so slightly.
Ooh, looks good.
He liked my lantern.
Very good, very good.
Ooh,
Fancy.
so fancy.
Okay.
Look at that.
Don't fuck
Battle
it up.
cam.
Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Logan's looking at the overlay on OBS so he can get it right. Alright.
I just realized I was muted that whole time.
Professor Hale actually. Oh shit!
It's fine.
There
Yes,
we go.
that is what
That one
Professor
works.
Hell's saying right now.
Let's move it over that way slightly, and boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright. Auto roll for these guys. Cool, those are pretty good. Art, what'd you get?
18.
18. Kaiden.
14.
14. Perrin.
7.
7. Fenara.
Ooh.
8.
8. And Eden, which actually I'm gonna swap you out. I only have this owlbear mini right now, so you're gonna be an owlbear. But
Ooh.
We will have minis for that at some point.
Don't
I
ask,
have them.
don't ask
have to
why I
pick
have
them.
an owlbear already ready. We'll talk about that
I
later.
don't want to know.
What'd you get?
22.
22. Awesome. So
Natural 20 on my Umbrella Oculus die.
the one thing you will notice is that one of them that's at like the very base of this collapse and starting to make their way out isn't the same color as the other 3. It has this almost red-like texture to it, and looks like it's almost bouncing through the air as it's coming your way. But Eden, you are up first. What would you like to do?
Are any of them on the ground?
The closest one would be Homie right there, who's
Okay.
probably about 7 or 8 feet, like close enough for you to stand up and swat at in your cat form.
Okay. Is that the bouncing one?
It is not. You, from where you're at, you can't see. No, you guys can all see it, but the red one that's back here,
Okay.
the
Okay.
one that's the imp mini, which you probably also can't see given the camera angle, but
No.
you'll see. shortly.
Okay. Cool. In which case, yeah, nope. Eden's just gonna run up and swat at it like kitty batting at a birdie. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, go for it.
That's just a miss. Doesn't matter.
How low are we talking?
Oh, that's like a grand total of 7.
Oh, yeah,
it's not a nat 1, but it's not great.
It's like a cat swatting at a really, really small fly.
Yeah, she just goes up and is just completely just flying wide. It's embarrassing, but we're fine. And that's my turn.
Awesome. Let's see. The next is going to be this one here, which is going to fly down toward you, Perrin, being the first one. It's going to stay within the 5 feet, and I'm going to move it off the rail for right now. Put it in melee with you. And it's going to make a swing out at you. Umbra Oculus, don't fail me now.
Please.
Hey! Thank you, Umbra Oculus. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
Woo.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't need that. You're going to take a whopping 2 points of bludgeoning damage as it
Dope.
smacks out at you. And that's going to be its turn. Art, you're up.
Ooh. Okay, so we have. Are those? Am I seeing that correctly? Is that 2 creatures? No, that's
One
Perrin right
here.
there, isn't it?
Yeah, 1 here, 2 there, 3 there, and then 4 is this one over here.
Are the 2 that are over there really close to each other?
I'd give them about 10 feet apart.
Damn, that's not the number I was hoping for. Oh well. In either case, Art's gonna reach into one of his pockets and is gonna throw a glass container with a bubbling green liquid inside it at the at one of the creatures over in that direction.
Do you want the red one or you want the regular brown one?
I can't tell which one's which from here.
Red one's on the left, brown one's on the right.
Oh, I see now. Let's go for the red one.
All right. Let's do it. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Yep. Yep. La, 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 la. Actually, that one's a save.
Oh, it is. So
I need a deck save.
That's gonna be a 5.
That does not save.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
that thing is gonna take 3 acid damage, please.
3 acid damage. Awesome. It takes it. Did you say that was the left one again? Or the right one? I forgot.
The red one.
Okay, awesome. Noted. Cool. It goes across it, and you watch for a second as it starts to bubble and pop, ever as the acid splashes across it, and the red one immediately kind of turns and looks toward you. But before it goes, anything as a bonus action?
I'm gonna go over to that stone wall right there and scamper on over towards it.
This one here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You make it do
And do a little basically it's like a ah! And then scamper, hide behind the wall.
And you run right through Ripley's ritual that he's maintaining at the moment. Oh, shit. Maintaining at the moment, and just kind of hop right over, get into cover behind the opposite side. As you do so, this guy right here is going to swing right here, and is going to... Oh, dang it. Okay. Is going to... I can't get both of you, but is going to breathe in real quick, and then is going to slew this thing of kind of sludge in your general direction. Eden, I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
5.
A 5. The
That guy's
sludge,
just going away.
the sludge lands on your feet and almost hardens super quickly. You are now restrained for the next minute.
Ruh-roh raggy.
And you can you can repeat your saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Noted.
The third one, which is going to be this red one, is going to fly. Closest one is the restrained one, so he's going to go for the restrained one. And is going to very similarly. And as it spits, instead of it having this brown sludge, you can see almost this crimson ichor come from its mouth in your general direction. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, sweet baby. Okay, that's much better. Okay. Haha. 18.
18. You feel this ichor slap onto your cat-like face. And in the heat of the moment, you just shake your head, and you feel it starting to make its way towards your mouth. And as you shake your head, it just like a dog with a ton of saliva and drool just coming down, just flick it off in the direction, and it just goes flying toward deeper into the ruins. And you are fine.
Okay. Great.
Next up, Ripley.
Okay, real quick. I hate what I'm about to do for 2 reasons. 1, I love combat. 2, I used to make fun of casual for doing this all the time.
Do it.
This doesn't interrupt his spell. That's my turn.
Oh.
Hell yeah, exactly what I thought you were
How
going to
the
do.
tables have turned.
Awesome. Last but not
My, how
least,
the turntables.
final method in front of you is going to take a swing out at you at advantage, Eden, given that it's already there and you're restrained. So that's going to be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
For a whopping total of... Are you...
Yeah?
Die. 2 points of damage.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's great. Finara, your turn.
Oh no, Perrin! She's gonna go and search in her bag, and there is a specific crossbow that was crafted to fit her smaller frame, because she's not the best with weapons. She tries to knock an arrow, and this crossbow also it's made out of this really unique kind of light oak color. It kind of blends in a little bit with her dress, which is that light blue to the dark ombre. And she pulls it out, and she's nervously, like with her hands really shaky, she's going to try to aim it at the one that's attacking her brother and try to shoot it with an arrow.
Please don't fucking hit me.
Yes, no, she's very nervous. And while she's trying to like aim, she's like, I really hope I remember what they taught me on the ship. But that is a 18 plus 4. So she does remember what they taught her on the ship.
Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and make your damage roll.
And that is actually 10 points of damage.
10. Wow. Good for you.
I rolled an 8 on the die.
Good
Thank
for
you, Umbral Oculus.
Good for you. As you pull back in like that brief moment, your hands steady as you breathe in, bolt flying out. Perrin, from over your shoulder, you hear a quick whiz as it sinks into the creature in front of you that kind of staggers and falls back before it flaps its wings again and kind of steadies itself in the air in front of you. Anything as a bonus action, Finara?
The only thing she's doing is trying to reach for another arrow because she still can't believe that she actually hit something.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just like kind of looking in shock.
Awesome. Perrin.
I look directly at this thing. You realize you're just a flying, horking piece of shit, right? And I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
That's going to be a wisdom saving throw, is going to be an 11.
That is a failure. It will take 4 points of psychic damage as I viciously mock it.
Awesome.
Get it.
Awesome. It looks at you kind of demoralized. I don't know. Maybe. We'll find
You
out.
tell him, Perrin.
Back up to the top. To
I
you
have a
have more
bonus
stuff,
action.
sorry.
I will whistle. I can't do the finger whistle because I'm not that good. But I will sharply whistle for our sneaky panther. And when she turns her head to look at me, I just gotta go. And bardic inspiration.
Oh my god.
Perrin, the bard that inspires via hand gestures.
Yeah,
It's
that's how this works, right?
Amazing.
my God.
Anything else for you, Perrin?
No, that's my turn. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Back up to the top, Eden.
the one that tried to spit in my face. Eden recognizes like weird red oozy things trying to get into faces, and she doesn't like that. So she's going to try to attack the dirtbag that did that at disadvantage because we're restrained.
Mm-hmm. Go for
And
it.
there's no... Unless I can use a bonus action as an action on my turn. Is that an option?
Wait, how so?
Almighty DM?
How so? Explain. Elaborate.
As in, can I just use my action to in my wild shape and then my bonus action to cast a spell?
If it's a bonus action spell,
Yes.
then you could do... If it's a bonus action spell, you could do so.
Okay. Eden will poof back to regular Eden form, and then I Misty Step 30 feet way the hell away back like 30 feet, wherever 30 feet is. Eden's like, she comes out of it like there's like a cat like, oh shit, and then she poofs in a cloud of moth dust, and appears all the way over there.
Yeah, that looks about right. Give or take.
In fact, yeah, and that's her turn.
Awesome. Let's see. The one in front of Perrin, that's starting to look pretty kind of hurt, is going to do... Let's see... Is going to just look at you, Perrin, after the whole shit comment, and is just going to go... I need a dexterity saving throw as it decides to throw up on you. This thick black or black and brown
Don't
sludge.
forget our
Spitting
bonds.
loogies.
Yes.
Yes, they're spitting loogies at you.
There's a lot of loogies in this campaign so far.
3. Oh my god.
Well, there's a lot of farting, belching, loogies, other things to come.
You
I'm
vomited
sure.
within the first
Vomited.
5
you
minutes.
vomited.
So.
There's a lot
Also-
of bodily expulsions happening in this game.
Yeah, it's great. I'm going to take the D4 granted to us by April Hill just for argument's sake. That's not going to be great. But thank you, April. 3, 4, 5, 9.
9 is not enough, and as the sludge kind of seeps over you, hardening around your feet, you are now restrained.
Oh, damn it.
I'm gonna put that on you, even though the ring is bigger than Perrin is.
DM, may I?
May you?
I'm a halfling.
Did you roll a
I can't
natural
roll.
one?
I can't roll natural ones.
Did you roll? Yeah, come on. Yeah, I didn't realize you rolled a natural one, man. Go for
So
it.
from a natural 1 to a 19.
Yeah,
instead.
you're not restrained. There we go.
No,
And
thank you. Sorry.
And just like that, the ring is off. Awesome. All right, that's
You
it's
didn't
turn.
have to put a ring on it.
Art, your turn.
Oh, yes. So Art is going to have a moment of inspiration, remembering the abysmal breakfast that we had, that Art kind of destroyed this morning and turned into a noxious chemical, and is going to try to hop around these rocks and try to find an angle where I can get as many of those creatures in a line as I can. I think if I'm seeing this correctly, it looks like I can probably get 3 of them in a line-ish.
I'm muted. I've been talking to you
Yes.
this whole time. Yes, you can climb on top of the rocks there, and if you want to get to the other side, you can. But I think
No,
that
this is good enough.
that gives
We're
you
gonna
all you need.
We're gonna pop the cork off of that green jar, and the liquid inside is also filled with like scraps of just the most disgusting looking food. We're gonna go ahead and pull out the cast iron and pour that into the cast iron, and the moment that it connects with the cast iron and touches oxygen, it is just going to fizzle and bubble and fume like crazy before it just and it's going to shoot out in their direction in a 30-foot line. I need those 3 creatures to please make a dex save. You are muted.
Muted.
He's just counting. He's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's one success, 2 fails.
Awesome. So the ones that failed have this just noxious burning acid that falls on top of them, and on their turn they're going to take 2d4 acid damage at the start of each of their turns unless they use their action to scrape off the acid.
Awesome. Noted. And let's see.
And the one that's succeeded, nothing happens to.
Cool. The one that... Okay, so this one was one that wasn't affected. So it's going to fly just straight toward Finara. I'm going to roll this. And nothing. But this one flies straight at you and kind of swoops down and then like stands right up and is going to swing out one of its fists, which is mud, but as it's coming at you starts to harden into more of a bludgeoning shape, and does a 16 hit you Finara. So it
It
swings
does
out,
not.
and you manage to like get the crossbow up in the way, and it just hits the stock of your crossbow, doing no damage. But the next one is that red one, which is one of the two that failed. So go ahead and roll your damage for that one, Art.
A 4 and a 2 make 6 acid damage to that one.
Awesome. It's going to take it, and then it is going to... Let's see what it does. Hey, that works. So it's going to turn, and it's going to fly straight up into your face, Art. And as it does this similar... and spits this red loogie in your direction. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
12?
12. You feel as this red liquid slaps
No.
onto your face and starts to make its way into your mouth.
Wow.
But in the last moment, you bite down, split it in half, and one falls down. The other, you just kind of spit it out, and you do not suffer any effects.
That was disgusting.
And that's its turn. Ripley.
I will.
Mm-hmm.
Could you please keep it down?
Okay, cool. Noted. All right. The
Goodness.
1, 2, 3.
Not again. I'm having flashbacks.
1, 2. Oh, okay. There's the last one. The last one, which is the blue one, is
I
going
was
to
dying.
The blue one, I think, is another one of the ones that... Oh, wait, no. Was it the blue one or was it the brown one that was the other one that had the acid on it?
The brown one. The blue one was the other one. So go ahead and roll for damage on that one.
That is a 3 and a 2, so 5.
5 points of acid damage. It's going to move, and it's going to dash to get right here in front of. Actually, no. It's going to go for people that are close. So it's going to swing around. That one is going to attempt to swing out at you, Finara. Wow. Okay, now Umbral Oculus doesn't like me. How's a nice crisp 7 sound, Finara?
I don't think so.
So this one you're able to dodge, and it like flies over your head and like kind of swivels around and like flies back, and both times you're able to duck out of the way, evading their attacks. And it is now your turn.
Why don't you all wait your turn? And then she's going to turn in the direction again because she's focused on trying to protect her brother and try to fire into the shot. But she kind of does that like thing where she's like calling herself trying to aim. So she's like kind of closing both eyes instead of one and then letting it go.
Cool. Go ahead and roll an attack roll for me.
Okay, does a 17 hit?
A 17 will hit. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. I really got the hang of this. All right, that's 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Almost directly where the first bolt hits. You hit it again, and you watch as it flops and it falls and manages to right itself ever so slightly again before just standing there, I guess. I don't know why I said before. Anything else on your turn, bonus action?
It still isn't down, I'm assuming.
No, it is not.
She's going to, which I already know it's not smart. She's trying to get, because she's tired of the fact that this thing is not down yet and it's still attacking. She's going to run past the things that are attacking her to get closer to her brother.
You're gonna move to get closer. Okay.
Yeah. Because
So
that's what Finara would do.
I'll say you go. Do you want to go back to back with Perrin, or are you trying to get next to Perrin, or
like kind of like we're directly in line because she's thinking that it's going to be like if she's at least a little bit closer. She might
like you just want to like aim the crossbow over Perrin's shoulder.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say you can You'll only take one because the other one will still be in kind of melee range. So you'll take one attack of opportunity.
All right.
How does a 19 sound?
That does actually hit, sadly. 1 point over.
All right, that's going to be 4 points of bludgeoning damage to you as it kind of just hits you in the back as you're moving. All right. Perrin, your turn.
Is the one that I mocked still flying?
Yeah, it's still flying. It's looking, from what you can tell, rough. It's kind of hard to tell with a thing that's made of mud.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. Hey, I'd really appreciate it if you go back in the spittoon where you belong, thank you. Vicious mockery again. Another wisdom saving throw.
Oof. Nope. That's a fail.
That's 3 psychic damage.
3 psychic damage. And with that, it looks at you for a second and just kind of gives you that look of like, no, I'm staying here. But it looks like you really fucked it up mentally. Like you really have this thing considering whether or not it should go
You
home.
had this feelings. It's okay to kill him, but you shouldn't be rude.
I'll be the
He
judge of
was
that,
rude
thank you very much.
Anything as a bonus action?
No, thank you very much.
All right, Eden.
Perrin, I got your back.
Okay, so they're all
That's
still
right.
up.
They are all still up, correct. And there's... Oh, I didn't put one in front of you. They're all still up.
Okay. Darn. My friends are in close range of that. Shouldn't do that.
Or should you?
Oh, don't say that. That's when...
No, at that point, Eden will see that these things keep trying to spit at her friends, and she really, really, really doesn't like that. Her eyes will glaze over black, the irises will turn red, her nails will elongate, and her palms will split open as she is launching 2 vines. One at the, and they are within, let me make sure, within range, 30 feet. So whichever ones are within 30 feet, I think it's just those 2 that are like on, yeah. I'm gonna attack at both of those guys.
Go for it.
Cool. Then that will be a bunch of numbers. That is a 24 and a 19.
Both of those will hit.
I also need them to make strength saving throws real quick.
Both of them will fail.
Okay. In which case, they're both restrained until the end of their next turn. So attacks against them have advantage. So that's what they get for making me stuck in place. And then one of them will take 5 points of piercing damage, and the other will take 6 as these vines like launch out of her wrists, like leaving a little bit of a trail of blood, and wrap around them and just restrict. And her palms heal back up.
Awesome. Anything is bonus action.
No.
All right. The one in front of Perrin, which is one of the 2 that still is under the effects of the acid, is not going to try to... is going to start swinging out toward Perrin. So, Art, go ahead and roll your damage.
It is going to sizzle for, 7 acid damage.
7 points of acid damage. And almost mid-swing, you watch as it continues to dissolve and just turns into a puddle at your feet as it is no more. Art, your turn.
I don't like this one that just tried to spit in my face here, so I'm gonna attempt...
Wait, nope, I'm sorry. It explodes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Reading rules. Thank you for that facial expression, Renee. You watch as it's starting to burn, it implodes, and I need just
me.
Just you. Dexterity saving throw, please.
Just me. It's okay. I get an extra D8 or D4. 3, 16, 20, 20, 20
Yeah,
total?
you're fine. As it explodes, you're coated in the same sludge, and as it starts to harden, you just manage to pick up your feet and like kick it off, and are good. Is dead. All right, now it's your turn.
All right, so again, not liking that this thing is trying to spit in my face, I'm going to attempt to social distance just a little bit here and back myself away. I'd like to at least put 20 feet between me and this creature.
Oh no.
Oh,
And,
no.
You will take an attack of opportunity as you do
Yep,
so.
I figured as much.
That's going to be a 13 to hit.
Nope.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go ahead and turn around and take that frying pan that's in her hand, and I'm gonna go ahead and chuck a frying pan at it.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
I cannot read that. There it is. That is a 19.
A 19 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And out of curiosity, what size is this creature considered?
This is considered a small creature.
Damn. Okay, worth a shot. Then that will be 4 bludgeoning damage from said frying pan.
4 bludgeoning damage. Noted. Awesome, awesome. Anything else? Bonus action?
And upon impact, the frying pan will bounce off the creature and return to my hand. And after doing so, we're gonna... I used 20 feet to get there. Do I have any more... How far away are those stones from me? Would I be able to get back behind them?
I'd say you'd be able to get like here.
Okay.
Without
We're gonna go ahead.
interrupting the ritual circle. Which I'm actually gonna...
I mean, you know, I'll be making plenty of noise, so as long as I don't break his concentration that
Here,
way.
I'm just gonna put for the sake of having an area. That little
Wonderful.
ritual circle there.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to hide.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
That will be a 21.
A 21? Yeah, you're pretty well hidden. So well hidden that the camera can't even see you.
Indeed, I'm off camera. I'm breaking the game here.
Awesome. Cool. Let's see. So that one back there is restrained. Does anything else happen to it while it is over there, Eden?
No, they're just restrained.
Okay. And can they try to get out?
They can make a strength
All
on
right.
their turn to break free.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Otherwise, it goes away after.
At the end of its turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
At which point the vines wither and die.
Cool. It tries to break free. Nothing happens, which I guess is kind of redundant given that the vines start to crumble as it ends its turn right there. The next one, which is the red one. Oh my god. This D6 really likes this red one as it swoops up and around to in front of you, Hale.
Question, is the red one of the ones that's still burning?
It is, so you can go ahead and roll.
Please kill it.
This was a less efficient sizzle. This was only 2 sizzle.
2 sizzle. As it sizzles and pops,
Please kill it.
it swings around in front of you. I keep wanting to call you Kaiden. Ripley, and it spits this red. I've rolled a 6 to recharge. I need a 6. I've rolled a 6 to recharge it every single time, and spits in your face, Ripley. I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
I'm so good at those. You have no idea.
I would hope so. You're a wizard.
Is this a disease or poison?
Ooh.
No, it's
No?
not. No, it
Okay.
wouldn't be. No.
Alright.
That's a really good question though. Had me for a minute. Was this close?
Isn't there a D4 somewhere in the thing?
There is. Yes.
Yes.
Use
There
it.
is.
Yes. Use it.
There's a
There is.
D4 and then there's the D4 from the elixir.
I got that already.
Oh no.
Okay. 19. I got a 4 on that D4.
19.
Woo!
You
Nice.
feel it like half start to go up your nose, the other half start to loop into your ear, and you hear a very familiar voice, your binding voice, kind of just let out this scream and courses through your brain almost to the point where it disrupts your concentration on your ritual, but as it does so, you watch as the ichor just flies off in every direction. And that's its turn. And it is now your turn, Kaiden. Or Ripley.
So, yeah, don't worry, it's going to get worse.
Well, I'm looking at the initiative tracker, and the initiative tracker says Kaiden, so I'm like, I keep reading the initiative tracker, but it is
Getting
your
flashbacks of when my stepmom had to list off every single one of my brothers and my names in order before they eventually got to the right one.
Yeah, for sure. So is it broke? Is it?
No, you're good. You're still concentrating.
Oh, well then in that case.
I thought you liked combat.
He's our wizard. Leave him alone.
No.
we need
Also
the comprehend
Ronan.
we need the comprehend languages more than we need the 0 for 2 combat.
Don't worry. Like I don't have a lot of damage output, particularly with Ripley. So you're not missing much.
We're done.
Yep.
Cool. Awesome. The blue one, which was the other
Kaiden's curse.
was
Other
the
one restrained.
was the other one restrained, and it was the other acid one. Is instead of trying to get rid of, kind of turning and noticing the.
I thought the other acid one exploded.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right, because it was red, brown. No, the blue. It was.
I mean,
red.
if you want to give me free damage, I'll take it. But
Was the red? Oh, the red was. I'm sorry. You're right. Thank you.
Yeah,
For
the
some
red's
reason, I didn't
acid,
think
and then
the
the
red.
other one that exploded was acid.
That one is going to attempt to rip off the vines. That's going to be a whopping 9, so that won't work. And it's going to end its turn just kind of struggling and pulling and kind of letting out a little as it's screaming in anger before the vines eventually fade. Finara, you are over the shoulder, aiming at this one that had just burst with your crossbow. What would you like to do?
So the blue one is restrained. That's basically right next to me at the moment, or like at least within range, or no?
Correct. The blue one is no longer.
Wait, no. What is the one that I
it
see?
It's the end of its turn. Yeah, this blue one is within melee range. Correct.
Yes. Okay, so Fanara's basically after seeing, like, she basically sees that obviously that one just blew up, so she's kind of taking it in, and she remembers the other two that are right across from them, and she's going to position her body in front of Perrin and kind of try to stand strong. I'm not going to let any of those things continue to hurt you, Perrin. And she's going to kind of clasp her hands together. Please, Lady Avandra, please give us your assistance. And in that moment, there will be a blue, almost as if there's like blue flame-like hands that try to grasp at the blue creature in front of her. She's casting Sacred Flame on said creature.
That's going to be a 13 for the save.
Just saves.
All right, so you watch as this radiant light kind of shoots up, and the Mephit kind of just swoops right out of the way, able to dodge and avoid it. Anything else? Bonus action.
Well, I'm sorry for killing that person. You could have at least helped me. And then she's basically just like complaining to Avandra in that moment. Like, maybe it's because she killed someone before in battle. That's the reason why it didn't work this time. But she's just mumbling at this point. But she's still standing in front of Perrin to take whatever blows.
All right. Perrin.
Oh, like a shot, Perrin comes out underneath her and out from her legs and comes up with the rapier, stabbing up at this thing that is deciding that it thinks it wants to get away.
Mm-hmm.
Plus a d4. 12 to hit.
A 12 will hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage.
1d8. Where did that go? 6.
6 points of damage. Awesome. It You stab up into it, and as you do, you kind of like lift the rapier up a little bit and like slice upward a little bit with it through the mud, and leave a nice heavy gash into it. And it kind of looks and kind of diverts. It was looking at Fenara and kind of looks back down at you now as you've gained its attention.
That'll be my turn. Thank you.
Awesome. Back up to the top. Eden.
Okay, I would like to. So Eden is going to see now the weird bouncy red one that tried to spit gross things in her face, and Art's face is now in Ripley's face, and she's really, really, really angry about this. Can't you see he's concentrating? And then Eden will run forward just enough because she also saw the other one go splody.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to run up. Probably like, how far is she between that and the thing?
Are you trying to get melee with it? Or are you trying to get a little way? You probably can get it to about there.
Okay, then back me up about like 10 to 15 feet. Yes. Let's do another 5 feet. And then I'm going to Thorn Whip, hopefully.
All right.
As she holds her palm out and... Okay, let's do 22.
Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't. It doesn't hit. Not at all.
No. So that is 1d6 piercing. Cool. That is 5 points of piercing damage, and she pulls it 10 feet away from Hale.
All right, I'll be about there. Cool.
And then I will use more of my whatever travel I have left to go like north up to the corner of the we're going up.
You can get there.
Okay. That's it.
Awesome. That one's dead. Art.
Okay, is the red one still there, or has that gone away now?
The red one is still there. It's maybe, if you look over your shoulder, it's probably about 15 feet away from you.
Okay,
You're like right underneath Hale, where Hale is.
I'm going to see that my I think they're still my best friend, but then again, they seem to be acting different than my best friends. I'm not entirely sure if they're still my best friend, but either way, I'm gonna sneak around my best friend and yeah, and we're gonna throw another frying pan at the running away flying thing.
Are you trying to get like over here now? Is that where you're trying to go?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Mostly just trying to not interrupt my best friend while they're concentrating. Oh, that is not the right thing, but that would have been amazing otherwise. It's a shame that I wasn't actually rolling for acid damage, because that would have been max damage. Oh, but that was not such a good throw, though. Yeah, I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say that a 6 does not hit.
A 6 does not hit. As you throw, it just whips out of the way, flying, and then as it pulls back to your hand, it kind of like darts back under and to the opposite side to avoid hitting it on the pullback.
Ugh. And well, that didn't work. And I'm gonna I can't, because I don't have the slot to be able to do that, so we're gonna go ahead and skedaddle back on around behind the rocks if we have enough movement to do that.
Yeah, you can get to about there.
Yeah, like just right on the corner is perfect.
Yeah.
And we're gonna hide again.
Go for it. Give me a stealth check.
It is clear that Art is visibly disappointed in the performance of that last cast iron throw, because we may have haphazardly tripped and made a bit more noise than anticipated upon the return trip behind the rocks.
All right.
I.e., that was a 2 I rolled, which would come out to a 5.
So you trip slightly.
Oh, sorry, 4.
And some of the rocks tumble from the top of this kind of wall that's here, and immediately draw the attention of this one here, which is going to swoop down. It is going to make an attack toward you with its fist. That's going to be a 16 to hit.
That matches.
All right, so it's going to hit. As it swings out, it connects. You go to like hold up your frying pan, and it like ducks under and hits you in the gut for 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's gonna feel good.
Let's see if it gets up. Oh, it does. Cool. Awesome. After that, the red one that was just pulled back. Let me see. Does it like the red one? Does not. Is going to turn, being harried by the druid multiple times, and swing out with its almost pseudopod-like arm. That's going to be a 15 to hit.
Muted, dear.
Muted.
It meets it.
Meets it. Alright. That's going to be... I don't... Umbra Oculus die 2 points. Umbra Oculus apparently knows.
You tried to use this against Mom.
Trying to use the power of Umbra Oculus dice against their creator. It's never going to work out well. Alright. Ripley.
Ow.
Hang on. Sorry. That was one of the ones that had the acid. Was the acid a one-turn thing, or was it continuous?
Oh no,
right.
that should have been at the beginning of its turn.
Okay, give me another acid.
Yes, undo my ouch damage.
That'll be
Please.
6 sizzle damage, please.
6 points of damage. So it will undo the ouch damage. But you watch as it's in this kind of no man's land,
No.
in between people.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That
I
it-
was like, wait,
that
it's
it-
on.
It explodes, and when it explodes, it looks like pieces of it just jettison in every direction within that 5-foot kind of radius. And you'd imagine that if you were within it, that you'd have the potential of getting gooked.
No cooking.
No good.
No.
But that one's
Aaron's
dead.
already had enough gooking, so.
Enough.
Ugh.
Ew.
Ripley, doing your thing.
Without looking up or breaking concentration, he just says, "You have all of this room."
Oh, that just stopped him from hitting you.
That's it.
With that, the method that's in front of you, Fanara, and Perrin is going to kind of look around, realize that it's starting to be outmatched, is going to... Oh, wait, hang on. I didn't roll it to see if it recharged. It doesn't recharge. So it's going to disengage and start flying back toward the ruins where it came
I
from.
don't think so. I'm taking aim.
Oh, you are next, technically. So, yeah, you could take a shot at it, as it won't be an attack of opportunity, but you are next in line. So you could whip out the crossbow and take a shot as it's running.
Oh yeah,
Go for
that's exactly what happens.
Go for it.
And I'm using my brother's inspiration because that was a low number, so we're going to change that. All right. That's much better. Okay, that is a 21.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
And that's 8 points of damage.
8 points of
8
damage.
points
All right,
damage.
that's
Finn
fine.
is cleaning the field.
Yeah. You watch as it slams into the one, like clips the wing of the Mephit as it's flying into the building, and you hear it, like you watch it fall through the hole that they came out of, and like you hear a thud, but nothing afterward.
That's what you get.
And done.
There is still one. There is still one more in front of Art.
Damn it. Reroll barbarian, please.
You know.
It is my turn, correct?
Correct, Perrin.
Yep. So what's going to happen is realizing that there is... yep, exactly. Well, what's going to happen is I'm going to actually run up the wall first, and then do like a jump bound, and then stab down into this thing. hopefully.
I'm gonna give you advantage because of flare.
Yeah, I like that. Here for it. Right.
Yeah, panache. Bards are panache. Panache.
So I rolled 2 16s. So
Cool. Yeah, those both hit.
great.
Or well, one of them it hits.
And so that's 7 piercing damage.
7 piercing damage. You stab into this thing, and like this thing hasn't taken a whole lot of damage throughout the entire fight. Nobody's really been targeting it the way that you've been targeting the other ones. But when you stab in, you feel it go clean through, and like as you're doing your flip over, stab in, stab out, clean, stabby stab with your rapier.
Great. No bonus action. End of turn.
All right. Eden.
And just to be clear, that entire scene played in slow motion in front of Art, and Art is just staring in awe with like sparkles in his eyes.
All right. Eden.
So there's just the one.
There's just the one.
Okay. How far away is it from me?
Probably closer to like the 40-ish foot. Yeah, probably 35 to 40 feet.
Okay, dang it. Well, in which case, I'm gonna move about 15 feet, and then a vine will whiz past Finara as I'm going to try to do Thorn Whip again.
All right, go for it.
How's a 20 do ya?
Yeah, does well.
Yeah, cool. It's not a whole lot.
Why do you sound so disappointed?
Cool.
Because it's Thorn Whip. It only does like D6 damage, and I wanted to shillelagh in the face. So again, her palm splits open, and another vine rips through past Finara and wraps and stays attached to her hand as Eden yanks back, pulls it 10 feet. It takes 6 points of the piercy damage. As Eden's eyes, of course, are still glazed over black with the red irises, and she is just staring daggers at this little bugger.
Awesome. Art. This thing's
Art
looking
is
very kind of afraid at this point. I'm sorry.
Art is going to shake ourselves out of our hypnotic trance from earlier and is going to we're gonna just smack this thing. We're not even gonna bother throwing it.
All right, you run up and smack it.
15?
Smack.
15 will do it for smack damage.
Nice.
Smackety smack.
DJ Steppy Stab and the smack. Boys.
Oh, we were apparently inspired by that scene from earlier. That'll be a 5 smacky smack damage.
You bonk it on the head, and it like does this thing where it hits the ground, bounces back up as it's like trying to right itself, and hits into the bottom of the frying pan as you like just let it hold there. Gunk. And then it just kind of does the cartoon thing where it waddles for a second before. Poof. I need a dexterity saving throw from Art and Finara.
All right.
Should have scooted it closer to Kai or Hale.
Yeah.
To interrupt at the last minute.
Just to head up. That's okay. Eden's just gonna run up and just mess it all up with her hands. Just like,
What'd you do?
What'd you
do?
That's a 5.
Oh no.
And Art.
13.
All right, so as it explodes, Art, you manage to like jump up onto the wall really quick. Finara, you are completely covered with this sludge. You are restrained only for like a couple seconds as the encounter ends and you are out of combat.
What in the... Ugh, disgusting.
Okay. Hey, Crest, and my the feet of the unseen servant turn towards me. I need you to go over there, and I point towards where the bullywug frog people are roaming about. So I'm gonna send the unseen servant, which, if you could see them, looks like Crest.
I like that.
Yes.
And so he will go over there. And what's going to happen is Crest is going to investigate the situation, and he's going to wait for my signal. And if there's any reason that we believe upon approach that it would be best to avoid them other than approach them, I will get him to make a distraction.
All right. So as Crest makes his way out to the bullywogs, as Ripley finishes
Are you done
their
concentrating yet?
ritual, we're going to go on a quick break.
Hey, we'll see you in a few minutes, guys.
We'll be back in a few minutes. We'll catch you.
Just a minute. What's the cooking?
So, I love you.
I broke Eddie.
Take a moment.
Yes.
You asked for
Welcome
this.
back.
DM.
You know,
You
all
asked for this.
of the clips are literally just going to be people reacting to when Taryn goes, well, and says a random word. Like, the best part is she's found multiple different words throughout every episode to do this with.
It's gonna become a game. How many
Oh my
times
gosh.
can
Yes.
she make Eddie snort?
Okay. All right. Quick reminder. Barefoot, all lowercase,
Okay,
in chat for your chance to win this beautiful. Which one is it?
Beautiful.
Oh my God, okay.
It's
Is
the
that one?
purpley
No,
blue one,
it's this
right?
one.
Or no?
It's the purpley blue one. Umbral
Yeah, that's
Accurus
right.
die.
Oh,
Yeah,
my.
There we go.
purple
It's
and
not
blue, so
being
pretty.
caught by my green screen.
You almost spoke too soon.
Yeah, I almost spoke too soon. There we go. Okay, so we're back. You guys all take the next few minutes. Allow Ripley to finish their incantation, their arcane ritual to cast
Do we?
comprehend. I don't know. Do you?
I think just at the very end, Eden will creep up and like be like the "I'm not touching you" thing, like really close to those lines. But no, we let him finish, but just barely.
Crest is off. You can, as parents sends them out, you can hear the very faintly as it glides and or walks across the swamp towards where you guys know the bullywogs to be. Ripley, you finish your ritual, have cast the comprehend languages spell. What would you all like to do?
I go over to Ripley and I say, while you were busy studying, I sent my friend Crest out to take a look at those frog people.
Perfect. I am ready. Ready to go. It was a success, obviously.
Awesome.
Yay!
Who is leading the way there?
After you.
All right, go ahead and roll me another d6, please.
Nice.
And DM, the bond would still be in place, right?
How long's the bond?
10 minutes.
You did that at the start of combat, correct?
Yeah, it was right before we had entered.
Then yeah, you got about 10, like 10 and a half or 9.5 minutes left still.
Right before we entered the bubble.
Yeah.
No, you cast
Like-
bless.
like
you
when-
guys cast bless before you went into the bubble.
I did, but like
Yeah.
with me and pairing
Oh.
when we were going, it like basically I held his
Here's
hand.
then it
My
would be.
That was
ritual lasts
activated.
10 minutes.
Yeah, then it would be done then.
It's
Yeah.
done. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. D6 was a 6.
Was a set. Okay, cool, awesome.
I don't like it when you say that.
Well, it's fine. Everything's fine here. You are continuing on your way. Coming into almost like this main thoroughfare of like 3 or 4 buildings that are severely destroyed and severely just kind of in ruins, tattered to the point where they're rubble on the ground. Looking around, because the passive perception of the majority of this party is high enough to see fucking everything. Finara, Eden, I don't remember parents or arts, but they don't really matter.
Hey.
Ripley, the three of you notice a group of those blights starting to make their way in your general direction.
Not the things we just fought.
Not the things you just fought.
We just fought.
The things that Fenara had pointed out previously.
Okay, yeah.
It looks like they're a different group than the ones that you guys had seen closer to the entryway of the illusion.
Are they chill, or are they running towards us? That's the question.
You want a vibe check?
Yes.
No. Yeah, go ahead and vibe check the...
Roll for vibes. That's totally
give me an insight check.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Getting chill vibes,
nice.
They're just uncool.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Ultimate vibes.
It looks like
all the vibes.
All the vibes. Right now, it looks like they are just kind of casually, like almost gliding, striding over. Please don't do that. He's not here. He's not here. We don't make those faces when he's not here. Casually gliding and striding. No, I can't even. I got it. I have to. I can't say that word. And now the only word in my head now my only word here is casual. Nonchalantly striding across. Just they're fine. They don't seem to have seen you yet.
Okay.
It appears we have some visitors.
Well, I
Did
don't
I
think
kill
they're
them?
hostile.
I have no idea. This is all part of his practical, not theoretical plan.
Do you want me to attack them?
No, well, we don't. Well, I don't know if they're hostile. It seems like they're not necessarily like those other things charged out at us. They're not doing the same, so we should try not to.
It's abundantly clear that they're heading towards us, correct?
Are we trying to
They're
hide?
heading in your direction. I mean, the intercept path, if you guys would continue, would be pretty clear.
So are we hiding from them then, or are we talking?
No, I'm pretty sure that Ripley here wouldn't have done his special magics in order to talk to them if we were just gonna hide.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, Ripley. Do me the favor then. You talk to them, but stay like 15 feet away.
Yeah, ask if they want to be friends.
I'm not going to talk to them. I can understand what they say.
He's translating.
How far
It's a
away
very
are they at
key
this point?
difference.
From you, at this point, about 50 or so feet.
Hi.
In closing. The little ones that are at kind of like in an arc at the feet of these two taller ones, they all kind of turn in your direction.
And I will be speaking in Druidic.
Okay.
Actually, let's go Sylvan. I'm speaking Sylvan at them to see if they like. She says it and like she's just like, "Hi, are you guys like? Do you know the way around here?" And she's trying to be nice, but she's saying this in Sylvan. So
one of the two taller ones just kind of waves their hand in your direction, and the three smaller ones, like not full on sprint, but like start briskly walking in your direction, while the two taller ones are still kind of nonchalantly striding in your general direction.
Eden will walk forward non-threateningly. Hi, are you guys my friends?
As you're getting closer, they aren't saying anything. The looks on their faces, which is really just like constantly shifting and moving vines from the larger ones, and the smaller ones are like shifting and moving like trees and leaves. Don't really give off any sort of expression of harm or friendliness.
I will sort of yell out, do you speak?
The one that had waved to you just goes and shakes their head, no.
Oh, hey, like just back to common because she's not thinking. Are you gonna hurt us?
They don't. I don't think they. Are
They
you
can say yes
intelligent?
and no. Of course they're intelligent. He can wave.
That's not okay.
And Eden just looks back expectantly at the tall.
Aaron, I think this is your cue.
Wait a minute, I want to see what he says.
Emma, watch this. And she puts her hands down and uses druidcraft and grows like a little bitty twiggy plant and makes it grow to look like them. Look, it's you.
One of the little ones kind of runs up to you and like pokes you, and their fingers are pretty like they're like really sharp, and so when they poke you, it like sticks you for a second. But I mean, like you grew up where you grew up, so like it's chill. And then kind of spins around, and as they spin around, you watch as parts of its form start to shift, and then like two little leaves pop up and like plume back like your antennae. And it tries to like mimic you in a way. Actually, I'm gonna roll to see how well it mimics. All right, well that's a natural one. So the only things you notice are the little plumy leaf things.
I'm gonna turn back to the group. Doesn't appear they mean us any immediate threat. They don't seem to speak, and they're at least on par intelligent-wise with Eden.
Let's look at this.
Eden is currently playing with them, then, and it keeps making little, like, miniature versions of them using druidcraft.
Well, Perry, weren't you gonna try to communicate with them or something?
I mean, communicate is a strong word for flirting. But I don't think I need to. I've just been proven. I've just been proven that. I think we can just keep walking and see what they do. And Perrin's just gonna like keep walking forward, like back up the path towards the fallen tower.
But wait for me, at least.
Okay, I have smaller legs. You're always going to outpace me. And he just continues to walk.
All right. So the two of you keep walking toward where the frog-like creature, the bullywog, like I think have we confirmed they were bullywog?
One of two species.
Oh, well, I did now. I did now.
No, you did. It was before. You said
you did.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I did. Okay, I was pretty sure I did. Just make your way in the general direction that you had sent Crest. Eden, you're still there interacting with these blights. Art, did you want to do something?
Art is going to run to catch up with Venara and ask, what's flirting?
It's something that you do to a certain someone that you're very interested in, like romantically. But I'm not that. I don't really know myself. My brother, however, is really slick. He's really good at it. I don't really have the art of the flirting down like he does.
He does seem to know a lot of things.
He knows too much for his own good sometimes. At least that's what Mom and Daddy say.
Oh, I actually know what that's like in a certain way.
Well, you're really smart. You know a lot of things too.
Well,
You make all those different potions and different things that go
oh well.
pretty cool.
Thank you. It's I've not a lot of people have always appreciated it. Most people usually say I kind of get myself into trouble with that stuff.
Well, I mean, a lot of geniuses kind of get in trouble for coming up with things that are a little bit different, but it ends up helping society out, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
Oh, well,
Some of the best
you.
arcane inventions were created by accident.
That too?
that actually makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Are you
Guys-
As I'm like hiking up my road to scoot around.
I was gonna
these
say,
things.
I was gonna say as you look back, Eden is now growing like vines on her hands to hold hands with the little twig blights and is like dancing in circles and playing with them. That's what Eden is currently doing, is playing with the twig blights.
Oh, Eden, you should probably come with us.
But what about them?
They'll be fine. They live here. We'll stop by on our way out and
Well, I mean,
You
if
can
there are
exchange
friends, I mean,
contact
they can come with us
information.
if
Let's
they
go.
want, right?
Do you want to come with us, or do you have to go on your walk?
The one that's kind of been taking the lead in interacting with you looks to the other, and the other just shakes their head no. And then the first one of the bigger opens up their hand kind of like this, folds them out, puts them together, and you watch as the vines kind of shoot up out of their arm and start to wrap and wind, and create almost like a little mini replica of the tower. And then you watch as it starts to grow and it gets too tall and it cracks and the top half of it falls and like absorbs into the other part of the palm. But it looks like obviously the tower that you're walking towards at this moment, or in the general direction of the tower.
Yeah, that's where we gotta go.
I stand
Is that
corrected.
what-
More intelligent.
Ripley, that's really rude. Is that what happened?
Nods his
What?
head yes, or their head yes.
Oh, the, you know the oozy thing, the red goopy. It looks like snot, but it's red. Did that do that?
Shakes their head no.
Was it somebody like that? And points at Ripley.
I'll take my book out and sort of unfold it, or open it.
It nods its head yes, and as it does, it extends its hand, index finger out, and a vine starts to make its way toward you, Eden.
Fast or slow?
Like slow, like almost like not like a little tendril.
Eden will also make one grow out of her hand at like towards it, kind of like pointing.
They connect, and as they connect and like intertwine, Eden, your eyes, like your head snaps up, your eyes kind of roll back into the back of your head for a second, and you see a flash of a familiar face, a friendly face, as a series of images begin to unfold in your mind very vividly from what you would imagine to be the perspective of this blight, the tower growing and then falling as a large group of wagons are leaving the campus in the next matter of weeks, months, as it just kind of reels forward. You watch as everything just starts to go into decay. You see the blights come in. You see these frog-like creatures, or the frog creatures that you had noticed earlier, start to make their way in with giant frogs. You see mud mephits that you've previously fought start to come in and make this place their home, the swamp, taking back what had been taken from it. And the last thing you pick up is this almost like fear, this darkness that makes this blight kind of hide and sink into the muck and mire as a large ooze-like entity makes its way through the main campus, the main thoroughfare of the campus of the Malthir Collective toward the ruins of the tower.
So I first saw the face, and then that, and then okay. So Eden will snap back.
And as you snap back, the connection suffers.
We're here to stop that thing. We're gonna kill it. I won't let it touch you guys.
And it just kind of turns, and the group kind of turns, the little ones turn and kind of running back the way that they had came back toward the ruins.
Bye.
Bye, friends.
The back of the hand as they walk away.
Missed them already.
They seem nice.
Kind of felt like home for a minute. Hope they're okay. So basically, I think when everything kind of collapsed here, they kind of just started taking over their home again. But I think they're pretty scared of, like, the big thing, the ooze factory.
Well, that ooze does seem to be some pretty nasty stuff.
But they don't seem to like it. They try to avoid it, I think, or even that seems like, I don't know, based on the bouncy method boy, I think is trying to take over stuff.
So that vine connection created.
Yeah, you guys
pathway to
visibly
his
saw
vision?
the head snap back too.
And I think that a friend of mine maybe helped me
Okay.
talk to them a little bit. But this is a good friend.
Did you see the wizard in there at all?
No, just the tower getting too tall and falling over.
Sure.
But then they all came back, and this nature is taking back over, which it should.
And they're protected by this illusion that we don't know who created.
But that thing came in, and it's very dark, and it's not good.
But this
I
was
mean, we know that.
after the tower fell. The ooze came in.
It seems like they were filling a void of what was once there. Like, things left, and so they got to come back. It's not so much an evil.
So our original hypothesis was incorrect.
Wait, did you just admit you were wrong?
That's kind of how it works as more information comes in.
That's
we
funny.
keep doing this until we're right.
Okay.
So
I parroted.
The ooze isn't the reason the tower's down.
Mm.
But it is the reason. The tower being down is the reason it's here.
Well, Perrin, what do you make of all of this? How are you holding up, by the way?
You guys are
have
like,
some of that stuff in there.
You guys walked, right?
Oh yeah, we're
walking.
Yeah. And you guys are out of. You guys are out of.
No, so
like,
I'm talking to Perrin.
Oh, okay.
Like just me and him about how he feels about we probably
misinterpretation. I apologize.
Yeah. No. It was just a transition. Sorry.
I
mean,
I've got
you
to-
had that thing inside of you. It's
really rough to say. I feel something trying to dig at me, trying to weasel its way into owning me, taking hold of me.
Do we need to help you expel again?
Art, you're not there quite yet.
Was this before I
walked
up to Finara?
Oh no, you're with them. Wait, okay,
Yeah,
you've been in two places. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
I don't know if expelling is really what's going to actually do anything. If I remember what happened with Haku, it's going to take a little bit more than just a wee bit of noxious material to make this happen. But I'm a fighter, and he looks at his sister. You know that. I'm going to be just fine. We're going to get through this. I'm going to kill the thing, and then once that thing's dead, then I don't have to worry about what's in here. And I just, maybe I
Yeah, there's
Just
some
promise
fascinating
me.
magical properties attached to these things. So hopefully we can find a way to either do a counter curse or something. But we're gonna take care of you.
Well, just
Oh.
promise me, okay? Just no matter what, just don't give up and keep on fighting like you always do.
Oh, I have no intention of giving anything up for anyone ever. That is the antithesis of what I stand for, especially when you're around because I have a reputation to uphold. So, and he looks down and sees Eden and Ripley still standing all the way back there. You lot, could you we got a tower. I don't know.
We're just learning stuff from vine touching.
It's not. That's exactly what it was.
Do you understand what that
Just
means exactly? Vine touching?
My friend helped me talk through vines to the twig babies.
And he just kind of gestures and just looks at Finara. What she said, I was going to make a dirty joke about it, but she wanted to be literal, and here we are. If anything, we can tap our foot and wait, and they'll get here eventually. But that, and he looks up the path to where the tower is probably 50 to 60 feet away at this point. But right there, that's what's important.
We're coming.
The
Well-
I'm coming.
Well,
Do you
while
know-
we're waiting,
Oh,
do you,
Go for it.
go ahead.
No, it was a stupid. Go for it.
Sorry.
It was a stupid.
It was a stupid.
No, it's gone now. We're good.
So they meet up with us, and we start walking.
So you
to the
guys
tower.
you wait there, and you guys stop for a second. The oh my god, the bullywogs that you had sent Crest to are a little bit ways away from the tower itself. They're more inside the campus than they are toward the tower. But as you make that your way in that general direction, you can see that there is one kind of darker green, almost like a really deep olive, yeah, sure, olive green, and then the other two are a little bit more lighter, not quite lime, but that color, that muted color of lime green. There are two sitting heads and body deep into the swamp, these two giant frogs next to them. And you can see kind of dotted over the horizon, just a pair of eyes every so often. You can't quite tell. Some of them you can tell are giant frogs. Some of them you can tell are bullywog. But you clock maybe about a dozen, give or take, total, just kind of on the horizon. But you make your way there. The central one, the darker one, noticing you, and the trio begin making their way toward you.
Hale will raise his hand and say Hale, actually.
And
Hale.
Hi.
they croak back, and it's just that turns into multiple different pitches, and the rest of you don't understand a thing, but Ripley, you understand it as them saying, "Why are you trespassing on the grounds of the Malthir Collective?"
They want to know why we are trespassing on the grounds of a Malthir Collective. Actually, I
Because
can't
we're
speak their
trying to
language.
stop. We're trying to stop Big Uzi Boy. Because he went Uzi in our friend's face, and we have to stop him.
While she's saying that, I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out some kind of iconography of the Malthir Collective.
Okay. Yeah, you would have easily had like an amulet or like
And
not really a
showed them.
badge,
Yeah.
but they look. The one that's been speaking to you looks over at Eden. Ripley, you. Oh, go ahead, Art.
Eddie, the player, is having a bit of a brain fart right now. So just to clarify something, do I know of the Malthir Collective? I feel like I do, but I don't remember.
No, old Art would have.
Okay.
That was a yeah. You don't know. You haven't traveled to a place that would have had a big enough facility.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Ripley or Kaiden had kind of told you a little bit about it. But
Yeah,
you don't know
I said it was a school.
That's what it was. Okay, I remember
Yeah.
someone said something at some point. Okay, so I'm not
Yeah.
completely forgetting everything. All right.
No, you know, like the baseline stuff.
When they're
And,
looking at me, are they looking at me weird, or are they looking at me like they understand me?
They're looking at you. You have high enough insight, passive insight. They're looking at you like they don't understand what you're saying. And the big one kind of takes it and looks at it. Go ahead, and I'm going to have Ripley, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check. I'm going to give you advantage, not because you're actually talking, but because you have iconography for the collective.
It's a nat 20 for 25.
A 25. It looks at you, and I'm going to backtrack because it's something I keep forgetting to do. This one, the other two you don't catch it off of, but Eden, Ripley, and Finara, the three of you all recognize the smell of sulfur coming from the bullywog as it's talking. But it looks at you, it hands back the medallion, gives another big, and you understand it as you may proceed to the tower.
So I turn and I say, this gentleman here, and I can't speak their language, so I'm just speaking in common. This gentleman here is very clearly infected with the same thing that you are, Perrin, but he is allowing us to pass. So I say, don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
That's why you smell it too as well, right?
Correct. It's very obvious.
I kind of had this thing that I got the other day, and I was gonna tell you guys about it. But I didn't know if you cared because I had the coins. But I have this torchy thing, and she pulls out.
Let's maybe wait till we're...
Dude, no, I did what you do with the staring at it for a long time with all your crazy lines. It can tell us if there's oozes in places.
Tell us if there's what?
Oozes or stuff.
Well, oozes. I definitely know there's one right here. So
Well,
I
but it makes it easy for us and shows us.
don't want to see his. I want to go past him.
You
and
don't
not be
want to
here.
see his ooze?
Certainly not. Don't care at all.
Okay. Okay. That's okay then.
Let's get closer and then we'll use that.
Yeah, we can use it later.
And then I'm going to
let
make
you know I
a
have it. Okay.
sort of grand gesture to bow towards the individual and then hold up my hands as I sort of start to walk past him.
Eden just walks past.
Finn will do the same thing because she's not sure if that's like something that was communicated to him that is like a sign of peace. So she's like slowly moving behind.
You all make your way past the bullywogs and down the last kind of stretch. There are row of maybe like 3 or 4 houses on either side of like the central walkway. or buildings, not necessarily houses, that are down the central walkway that leads up to the base of the tower. The tower itself has this kind of ring walkway, or from what you could tell, has this semi-ring walkway around the base that then extends into the file of buildings that makes up the rest of the campus. As you are walking there, Eden, I know you wanted to use it. Is that something you want to use as you pass the bullywog?
Yeah, pretty much as soon as we pass them, like after Ripley turns their back, like Eden's just kind of like, well, I'm gonna do it anyway. And so she just like lights it. Yes.
All right. You say the command word.
Pumpernickel.
And it lights up with this rich purple light as you start kind of waving it around and looking the immediate area in which it's the light is shed. You can start to see, especially now that you've hit this kind of last thoroughfare before the base of the tower, a probably about 10 foot to 15 foot wide line. And the rest of you can see this as well, almost like a black light, this line of the ooze trail going toward the tower. And at some points you can see little like side trails going off in either direction and breaking off into the various buildings.
That is quite useful. I just didn't want to scare them. You said light, fire. I didn't want to make them think that we were a threat. Okie dokie. So this is intense. This is.
Oh, these are
lot.
buildings.
Ooh.
It's a joke.
DM, Jesus. Are these campuses, are they uniform? Would I kind of know my way around? Or could I identify the buildings just by structure, that sort of thing?
Make a history check. I'll give you... Well, you already get a D4 to that, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, make a history check for me then.
Okay.
There's not a ton of uniformity.
It's only a 10.
Okay. Are you looking for a specific building?
No. I was looking just general layout.
Okay.
Just kind of understand like, oh, this is probably that building. This is probably that. If we go over here, we'll probably see this, that sort of thing.
You know that there isn't typically a uniform setting for the campuses. They really just kind of fit into whatever city or town that they are established in. Like the one in, why am I blanking on the name? Where you're from, Elverton, is very kind of just like it's built within the shadows of like the lumberyard and stuff. It's not very like like it's So this one being outside of the city, especially given the ruins, the mages must have had a reason for that at the time. Or maybe there just wasn't the space, or clientele, or whatever. But you would know that typically the buildings that are closest to the tower are ones that are innately used for storage of not only components, but scrolls, potions, things of that nature, as well as occasionally the magical item. There are also buildings on campus that are used as like practice and testing kind of facilities. The main tower itself is mostly used, or the main like building of each campus is used mostly for educational purposes.
Okay. I will turn to the group, kind of relay some of that information. Do we know if these things are attracted to magical properties? Because that may lead us to, or we can just simply follow the trail until we bump into it, I guess.
We could probably follow the trail, but I'm assuming if there's something really powerful here, like the ooze seems to be knowing what it's doing as far as managing people. It would want, like, if there was an all-powerful wizard, it seems like the smart thing to do would be to take it over.
Surprisingly astute.
I'm not dumb. I just like making silly jokes.
Ripley, go ahead and give me an intelligence check. Now that you're Ripley and not Kaiden.
While that's happening, Finar's going to turn to Perrin. Are you getting any of those feelings or urges right now?
Do we see oozes on Perrin?
Perrin technically hasn't showered, so you would see his face does have the...
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Perrin, she asked.
Just a general
He didn't
intelligence
just
check.
start leading it up to you.
God.
We've all been in college and blacklighted people.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
I did. I blacklighted my whole friend's apartment.
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness me.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I was just really
a
wondering if
general
we can
intelligence
see.
check.
I didn't necessarily think about it being on the exterior. I was just wondering if we could see where the ooze was hanging out.
No, it's not an internal.
But that is much
no.
more comedic than I could have ever hoped.
Perrin, you hear or you feel this tugging, this pulling that whispers almost to you, not yet. It's not time. We need to grow.
Hmm.
And then
Are you sure? Are you sure we should go? I just want to make sure that you're all ready. I mean, I don't want you to rush you. I don't want to encourage you in the wrong way.
Are you getting those inclinations that we talked about earlier? Right now?
No. I mean, look at them. And he like turns to the rest of the group. He did nothing last time anything happened. I points at Ripley. She looks beat as fuck as he points to Eden. And he looks at Art and he goes, I'm kind of concerned he might get eaten by something, if I'm being honest.
That's really mean, Perrin.
It's quite odd that the man who was in a dead sprint to get here all of a sudden stops.
Well, okay, I'm looking out for your best interests is really what this is.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about anything and then she's gonna like thrust her crossbow up because apparently I know how to use this thing rather well after just a few lessons. So I think we're okay. We're ready
So far,
for whatever.
Really good with
all
that.
handled themselves in a fight, albeit rather loudly, but successfully.
Right, well, if you're sure. And then Perrin turns back towards the tower, and as he's walking away, quietly, but his sister will for sure fucking hear him because she hears everything.
I do.
She gets 2 lucky shots and she thinks she's a fucking sharpshooter. And
Excuse me.
and that's
I
when
can hear you.
Perrin doesn't turn around but keeps walking.
All right.
I don't know what that check was for, but the general intelligence check was a 26.
Yeah, so Ripley, you quickly have a flashback from when Kaiden was taking the wheels, and you remember very vividly that the remnant of the ooblex that was thrown on the counter went straight for you. With the 26, Ripley, you're able to deduce that it's not necessarily magic, it's innate intelligence.
Okay.
That's why
So-
I'm safe.
Damn it, you ruined my joke. I was going to say that.
I'm not okay. My intelligence score is not that bad. Thank
So
you.
I'll relay that. It does appear that it is, Perrin, you'll be happy to know, drawn towards exceedingly intelligent creatures.
Oh,
He chuckles a little bit too loudly.
So best be on our guard. Which would explain why the frog has his and the twigs do not.
Those twigs are really sweet, though.
Sure. You can be sweet and stupid. Let's go.
That's really mean, Ripley. Sometimes I'm misguided. And Eden will like stomp forward.
All right.
In Art's head, he hears Eden. I don't know what the hell's wrong with Ripley. That's really hateful. I don't like it. I thought Ripley was supposed to be my friend and answer questions, and they're being mean. It's like just like ranting as it's like talking crap.
It's a no punctuation sentence.
Yeah, and they're like as
Okay.
she's walking, like her head is bobbing, and so like like she's talking like she's got attitude, but like.
And in the
There's-
meantime, Fanara's definitely like following Perrin, but she's like, I don't know why you're giving me so much attitude. I was trying to save you and try to look out for your back. But I guess I just shouldn't have done anything then. Just stood at place like you think that I'd need to. And then
I bet
she's
this
just like
place was lovely at one time.
kicking up rocks.
And Art is just standing in the middle, just staring at, like, back and forth at like everyone, like at a this is like at a big old Thanksgiving gathering, and everyone in the family has started fighting over something, and we're just standing in the middle here, just going.
I will shout to Perrin. Is there one particular one you want to try first? Trail, I mean.
I'm the one with the torch, but I'm too stupid to hold it.
No, that's an easy job. You don't have to be smart for that. Which one?
And he just kind of like looks. Just can I do like a instinct check somehow?
Yeah.
Can I also kind of observe to see if there's one that's fresher?
Yeah. Perception check for Ripley. Perrin, I'm gonna let you roll whatever you think.
Pumpernickel.
Yeah, pumper. I'm gonna make a pumpernickel roll. That's right.
Pumpernickel check. Yeah.
I'm gonna use insight on this one.
Okay.
24 for me.
Okay.
That's.
I know she hates me, but that thing is dope.
I'm gonna use my luck just to see if I get a better number. And I didn't because I rolled the same thing. That's an 11.
No.
11. Perrin, you're not picking anything up, but Ripley, looking over at one of the buildings, you can see the remnants of all in arcane runes. Like everything's written in arcane runes because most mages or even the folks who come here with outside experience, whether they're clerics or druids or whatever, study the runes first before anything. It's like its own secondary language, but you can see in the like the leftover runes, components, scrolls, potions. Like the buildings are very bland. They're not. They don't go above and beyond to make them more than what they should.
Does the path that way look fresh? That's what drawing me there?
It looks a little bit cleaner, a little bit less sunken into the swamp. Would be the best way to describe it. And the building itself is a little less destroyed, but it's still in ruins.
I see the way his eyes turn, and I just kind of go, "Well, maybe we go that way." And I just kind of like point in the direction he's looking.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You
Makes sense to me.
Well, now I want to go the other way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Eden, if you're worried about a light, I can give you one. And Art's gonna reach into his pack and pull out a bronze statue of the god Erithus, and is gonna give it a little smack on the ground and then shake it up like a glow stick, and it's going to start emitting a faint glow that shines about 5 feet, and hand it to Eden.
Well, now I have 2 torches.
Oh, now you can see
So
twice
glad
as
I'm
far,
smart
right?
enough to use 2 hands.
Eden the
Well,
torchbearer.
I didn't mean any offense.
No, it's very beautiful, Art. I love it. Thank you very much. You're a good friend. And she's like glaring. And as she's glaring, like again, the whites of her eyes are like kind of cloudy and black on the edges, just a little bit. But she follows.
All right, you step through the ruins. of this building, looking inward, you can see what are left of shelves. The floor is scattered with glass, various components spilled, broken, mingling all together. A small shelving unit that looks like it's sorted with different scrolls and papers and inks off to one side. You can see on the far end of the building as well this kind of pool of multiple colors as a whole cabinet of potions has fallen and broken and shattered and just kind of created this pool in the back of the building. Shining your light, you can see that secondary trail splits again into about 3 or 4 different trails and begins climbing up the walls of this building, going up into the second floor. You can even see some of them crossing the ceiling of this floor. The second floor completely and utterly destroyed. There's no way for you guys to get up there or even find a way up there. And as you're looking around, you can start to see strings very illuminating it with this bright purple light start to come down from the ceiling.
We need to move. Eden will get out of there.
Eden, you run out, and as you run out and you look up and around, your eyes drift toward the tower, and at the top of the tower you can see a figure, robed, a staff in one hand, arching up from its shoulders where like normally like a hood would be. You can see almost like this globe, this dome of gelatinous material come up, tendrils coming out of its back as it stares down at you. And that's where we're going to pick up next time.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
The feeling's gone.
Your mom!
As we go through our final like shticks, make sure you put barefoot, all lowercase, in chat for your chance to win a beautiful, I gotta find it, Umbral Oculus D20. Yeah. Taryn, you want to start for us?
Yes. Hi, Taryn Hackett, also known as Velrook across the socials, generally creative human, TTRPG performer, Eldritch Entity, and GM over on the Initiative Order for a Cult Divinity Lost homebrew campaign known as Far Realms, where I terrify Ronin on a regular basis. It's a lot of fun. I'm also on Vault, our Fallout TTRPG on the Initiative Order. And of course, I'm the creative behind Umbraloculus Dice. That's UO_dice on the Instagram. I've got a big sale going on with my in-stock sets at the moment, prepping for holiday season, y'all.
Utahime.
Hi guys, I'm Brianna, but you guys know me as Utahime Cosplay, and I'm a cosplayer, streamer, and TTRPG performer. And you can find me on the social medias at Utahime Cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, here on Twitch, and Brianna DeCosta on Twitter. Also, this Friday is the next episode of Agents of Nyx on Creators Assemble. So please be sure to tune in. That's at 6:30 Pacific time this Friday. And then you can catch me again, usually Monday nights on the Initiative Order for Vault, the Save show that Taryn's on as well. And I play Ash, the super mutant. There is going to be a set of fun kind of one-shots, backstories that's going on for next week on Monday and Tuesday. So be sure to tune in 6:30 Pacific time for those two as well.
Ronan.
I'm Ronan Fox. I'm awesome. Google me.
He's a Twitch streamer, has an ego bigger than any human I've ever met, is somehow remarkably my internet brother, and we it's ridiculous.
And-
but
True.
and found a way to get you to do this advertisement for him after
Yeah,
verbally assaulting you in character for the last 20
that's
minutes.
because at the end of the day, yeah, the brother, it's a thing, I guess, somehow magically. But also, he likes to wet his pants every other Sunday on the initiative order
Sure.
for
That's fair.
gnomes.
He's the best
That's
roommate
fair.
anybody could have. Eddie, go ahead.
That's amazing and impossible to follow up on, but I'll try anyway. Hi everyone, I'm Eddie, otherwise known as the Discount Bard. I'm a Twitch streamer, TTRPG streamer, as well as a actor and voice artist, and overall creative human being, jack of all trades, master of none. You can find me on twitch.tv/discountbard, where I do variety content. I also bounce around various channels doing games like this. Another game that I'm in right now is on alternating Wednesdays. I'm in a political intrigue game called Tayar. I'm there actually with Utahime, and it's all kinds of political intrigue and backstabbing and all sorts of spicy fun stuff. And other various contents like that. You can find me on various social medias at Discount Bard.
And last but not least, Perrin.
I'm the one with the sharp tongue and the wit faster than you can hiccup. So my name
the
is,
look on your face.
and I get gooked, baby. My name is Renee Beauregard. You can find me at Dragon Rock RPG on Twitter and at Dragon Rock RPG Designs on Instagram, where my compatriot and best friend Daniel Lieberman and I, we create supplements for Dungeons and Dragons 5e. You can find our stuff on DM's Guild by searching Dragon Rock RPG Design. You can find all of our suites available for pay what you want, so they're technically free. We just really appreciate it if you give us a rating and review and let us know what you thought of the material. This Thursday, you can find my compatriot Daniel Lieberman back here on this channel.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Oh, no?
No.
Did we cancel that?
Yeah, we canceled that. It's okay.
Oh.
You didn't know.
Okay. No, I didn't know. I would have
okay.
liked to have been made aware.
I'm sorry. Next time
because-
I'll make sure I forward the emails to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's Daniel's fault. That's really what that is. So you can find us here every other week. Same time, same bat time, same bat channel, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully next week we get to kill a goo wizard. That would be fun.
Wouldn't it just be? Especially
What
when we
jokes
have,
will happen?
What jokes will happen?
especially
All
when
right.
we have no spell slots.
I have
No
one.
spell
Don't
slots.
lie.
I have
We
all
have
mine.
one,
I don't know
okay.
what you're talking about.
Closing the giveaway in 3, 2, 1. All right. And we are picking the winner in 3, 2, 1. Hey, RK Line,
Hey.
1963. I feel like I
Rich.
should. Rich, why do I not? Why should I know that? I should know this person. But if you want your die, come on in.
You know you want it.
If you're not already
Is-
here, message me and I will get your address and ship you this beautiful die. But yeah,
They are quite pretty.
like Renee said, you can find us here every other Tuesday. Our next session will be on the 23rd of November, right before Thanksgiving. So come
Wow,
watch
it's already.
these fools try to fight a cranberry sauce wizard
Let's do it.
right before Thanksgiving. I did
At
not
least it's
plan
not
this at
gravy.
all.
This was your plan all along.
This was not my plan.
Oh, you
all
want
along.
gravy and gook? Okay, great.
I don't know what that
Everything
analogy
about
means,
that.
but it is what it is. All right, we're gonna head out. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe. Happy adventures. We're also gonna raid Perception Studios because we raided them last time and that was really fun. So we're gonna raid them again. And yeah, y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Happy adventures.
Good night, everybody.
Nice.